So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it always. And all the words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust our seat and I find in you. Every day for us something new. You open my never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trust in who we are. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know. Never open myself this way. Life is ours, we live it always. And all the words I don't just say. No, nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for us something new. Open mind for a different girl. No, nothing else matters. Never care for things they say. Never care for games they play. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know. Yeah. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters.
Oh, there we go. I just had to delete it and add it again. Why? I don't know why. I don't know why. But that's it. That's that. Okay, good morning. It's 8:02 in the AM NYC time. We are approximately 28 minutes away from the New York stock market trading session. We have news at 8:30, or typically have news at 8:30. We got yields going down. We got dollar going up. Cats living with dogs. So we better get our trades in while we can. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, apparently I have to delete the microphone and re-add the microphone on every single scene. Thank you, OBS. Anyways, let me remind you that trading is risky. It's not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, ain't necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Now, I'm probably not going to have sound in the next scene. Now we have sound. So, guten Morgen. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am your guide on this journey today we call Forex. We're going to cover technical analysis, fundamental analysis, maybe even some trader psychology, but certainly bond yields. So ask questions, get involved, take notes, write things down, click the thumbs up, subscribe, leave comments, and visit tradersway.com to open up a demo account. Fast execution speed, Narrow spreads, you bet. World-class customer service, yeah. Ginormous, amazing swaps, for sure. Tradersway.com. Remember, these streams do not cost you money, but they come with an obligation. One day you'll thank me because you're going to need to choose a broker that you trust. So this is your opportunity to find one. Let Traders Way earn your loyalty and respect. Build trust over time. When you're ready to trade real money, that decision is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, now I have to delete the mic and add it back. Cool. Yeah. Oh, good. We're back. And by the way, even though it's 8 o'clock in the morning, suddenly, boom, 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 the earth is shaking again. So the hammer's back. All right. Here we go. Here we go. What is this? This is dollar strength. This is also, and by the way, this is from, 20 minutes ago. What we're looking at is why the dollar is strong, just for those that are not on the clue train when it comes to bond yields. And this is just sort of proof of why things are happening. It's explaining the dollar's strength. Now think about it. Why are bond yields going down? This is just the last few days, I believe. Okay, so why are bond yields going down? Well, when CPI came out, it wasn't crazy hot like some people thought, which means the Fed doesn't need to taper anytime soon, which means you can continue to front run the Fed on the bond market, which means buy bonds and then sell them to the Fed higher, which means prices are going up in the bond market. If prices going up, there might be foreigners buying it, therefore they need the US dollar. But if prices are going up, yields are falling. Or to say it differently, if yields are falling, prices are going up. So if prices are going up, somebody's buying them. Who? Well, if they're foreigners, if China is buying these bond yields, driving up the prices, then the yield is coming down because of the inverse relationship. And guess what? They would need US dollars to do it. Therefore, USD is up. Okay? And this is where most people, and I don't know why, but most people are completely wrong when it comes to the valuation of the dollar. So they think, oh my God, okay? Yields, what they think, let me reverse this. What they think is when the interest rate or yield in the United States is going up, the dollar gets strong. That's completely wrong. So what's happening right now is the dollar's getting strong because yields are coming down. And this is where people just like, oh my God, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's not what they taught me in school. That's not what it says in the textbook. Well, listen to me and not them. Cool. So anyways, that's what's happening right now in the bond market. Okay? Investors or traders are buying bonds, and then they're going to sell those bonds to the Fed later. Because now, because of the lower CPI, they're saying, well, the Fed doesn't need to taper, which means they're still going to buy 120 billion. Well, actually, technically 80 billion per month. So they're still in the game making free money off the Fed. Huh. Well, oil be. Right? Yes. Now, if China is buying those bonds, what's happening? The US dollar goes up. Let's do this in black again. US dollar goes up because China first buys, so we go China, first buys United States dollar and then buys bonds or treasuries. Okay? Cool. That's the flow. So what does China give up? Okay? China gives up their local currency. Okay? Which means these US dollars are no longer in the global interbanking system. Okay? Because what happened was China put in RMB into the international, right? They put money into the international banking system, converted it to dollars, took it out and gave it to bond dealers, and then the bonds go to China. So now what's in the interbanking system? The supply of RMB has gone up and the supply of USD has gone down. Therefore, the value of the RMB has gone down and the value of the dollar has gone up. Does China want a weak currency? Yes. Why? Because now products in China will be cheaper, but not in terms of RMB, but in terms of USD, because now Americans will convert their stronger USD, be able to buy more RMB, and therefore be able to buy lawn chairs and Bart Simpson t-shirts and, TVs at work, 4.5 months, that kind of stuff. Coolio, right? Great. So anyways, that's it in action. CPI was up, but not as much as people thought. The whole world changed. Cool. Now, on the flip side, is it all over for global macroeconomics? No. So one thing that's really nice is we finally made our higher high. We finally got our retest roll reversal. That's what this is, if you guys remember. So we got the higher high. It went to 71, dropped back to 70, and now is Oscar Mike 71.50. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's actually a beautiful trade, right? Don't let it get away. Okay, so anyways, Now what do? Okay? What we do is we say, well, if she comes back, okay? If she comes back maybe somewhere in here, will be a buy. So it drops from 71.50 to 71, you buy it, and off we go. Why would tapering cause a new crisis? Answer that first. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. All right. Gold. Okay. Just like oil, higher high. Okay. What we're guessing here is where support will be, because when you get a higher high, what you want to look for is a higher low, if you're a bull, of course. So you're guessing, like, is this going to be important? I don't know. How about the psychological of 18? Okay, 1800. Yeah, could be. How about this one? This used to be resistance. Is it support now? Could be. Is it here, this pivot point? Could be. I don't know. But at some point, you got to make a technical decision on whether it's going to work its way back up. 1800 is the most obvious. Okay. And now inside of here, okay, you can maybe look at it like kind of like this. Okay. It's not really a higher high, but it's an inverse head and shoulders kind of, not really, but yeah, I mean, because it's not really a trend, but it is trying to reverse. But the key point here, reverse off of what? Is it logical? Well, it looks like it's reversing off 1800. Cool. So now what? We're back at this level of resistance. Okay. So if we break through that, then we might be on the move again to the upside, which means gold is going up off of 1800 as a low. Oil's going up above 70. Okay. And that's global macroeconomic expansion, which means we might not be selling the dollar today, but the dollar should be weakening. Maybe not today, but maybe soon. Mr. Sangam says, the Central Bank of Russia says that within 18 months of a rate hike, financial crisis will occur. Why? Why? Because a corporation suddenly can't afford a 25 basis point hike. They're like, this will drive me out of business. Makes no sense. Okay? Makes no sense. Great. Redonkulous. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. All right. Cool. So, and Bitcoin also being an alternative. Okay. Check that out. Maybe, just maybe, we found our support line. All right. So, where's the resistance? Can we get a break? Can we maintain price above that? Where's the next levels of challenge? There's kind of one here. This is the one we're on now. Okay. So this would be sort of interesting. I think it'll come down and then go back up and then come down. And at some point, this will be another scenario where maybe dollar is weakening. Hey, Wayne, do Forex course cost $5,000? Hey, man, if you got $5,000, yeah, I'll sell you a course. Okay, I only charge $500, but $5,000 deal. Yeah, I'll take it, bro. But you can go to fxbootcamp.com, put in $500, and it'll spit everything out. All right. All right. So let's take a look. Yen ripper strong, dollar's back in the game. Thank you, dollar. Okay. Euro, pound has given back so much of its love. Aussie is a donkey. CAD is terrible. Kiwi is gone. Swiss franc is back to its troublesome trucks attitude. And, again, this yen is ripper strong. I look at this and I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to sell anything. Kima says, what is the name of my company? Well, I am the chairperson of the International Association of Ex-Male Supermodels. Okay? So you can go to the IAEMSM.org. Hey, speaking about supermodels, my shirt's untucked today because I've lost so much weight. I pulled my belt to the last dot, and my pants are still kind of like sagging, and my shirt's kind of half pulled in and half pulled out. Isn't that funny? It's crazy. So I was 188 pounds, and now I'm 176.3. And I'm talking about in the last, 2 months. Yeah, boy! So anyways, I need to do, a Pretty Woman montage where I go shopping and I try on all new clothes. And how do I look in this one? And how do I look in that one? What about the hat? Do I look good with the hat? And, shop for new clothes, man. Ha! Sure, right, Brad? Yeah. What's up, Brad? Kids in the halls in the room. Yeah, I did work for NASA, so that's definitely a rocket surgeon. So let's go look at the ends, and everything's going to be doing not what I want. Yeah, thank you. We were talking about, I'm working on, I'm very intrigued on discipline and obsession. Can you make yourself obsessed? And so I'm practicing different things. So I say to myself, I've been 188 pounds for 12 years straight. I should be 175. You're like, what? Yeah, I should be 175. Let's try it. Boom. Well, what is that going to take? Well, I'm going to have to radically restrict my diet. Exercise won't kill me. Going to have to cut back on alcohol, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to have to measure myself every day and record it. Cool. Obsession, right? But Hope, what you'll find is I get bitchy. So if you ever wondered why skinny people are bitchy, it's because they're hungry, man. Right? When you ask a question, they're like, what do you mean by that? Dude, give them some, give them a cookie. Is that wheatgrass? No. I started my diet by only eating swordfish for lunch. So I went several, quite a few days eating, almost nothing for breakfast, having swordfish for lunch, and then having a responsible dinner. Yeah. Cool. How many people are my courses? 112,000, probably. It's huge, man. Fluctuates every day, though. All right, so anyways, here's sort of the thing that we kind of broke out in the Asian session last night. Okay, and what it was doing, I guess we got to go on the hour. What it did was it kicked off the 21. Oops. Okay? So what we were talking about is we went through a lot of the trades and we said if we were going to be a bear, which ones looked the best? Because some of these pairs are still in hardcore support and you can't sell at support even if you're a bear, right? Okay? So, what do we have in play here? Well, I thought, maybe we can get this pullback, to the pivot and take it down if you were going to be a bear. This one's kicking off the 21 and all that kind of stuff. And so it's tradable. I don't really know if you want that. But do you see this? I believe this is where we were talking about out anyways. Okay? So now what? Now we're at the psych level at 80. So one of my points here is the best trade you could possibly hope for, which for me is a counter trend to the bias that I have. So right off the bat, I don't like it. I understand it, but I don't like it. Technically, it's beautiful. Okay, great. But then, so if you sell in here, if you even got that, which we didn't, we only got to 30, which means by the time you pull the trigger, you're at 25. And what? The logical target is 80? Like, dude, you're going to go against your own fundamental bias, enter in a mediocre, aggressive entry trade for for a reasonable, expectation of 25 pips. Really? You need the 25 pips that much? That's what's necessary for you? I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe if it was up here, you could say, okay, I'll day trade this, pick up 50, and then see what happens. But to do all that and get 25 pips or less, I think my bias is, staying with my bias, proving to myself I have discipline and patience to wait for better market conditions, I think is worth more than 25 pips. Okay? But now if this drops all the way down to, let's say, 29.50, you'll say, see, Wayne, see. Well, dude, that still doesn't make this, right? That doesn't change the fact that this is very clearly support, 80.00000. So even then, like, I don't know. So this didn't pull back enough for me to hit this. So like if I had sold it here, I might just hold on to see if I can get down there. But selling sort of in here, I don't know. I don't think that's a good trade. I just don't. Okay? So I'd rather sit and wait. I think it would be cool to get an inverse head and shoulders pattern. I think it'd be cool to kind of get a bounce in the next couple of days. And then I'm Oscar Mike again. I want to buy this in a couple of days, just maybe not today. And selling it, there's not enough meat on the bone, even if it's falling. I don't believe in it enough to take a gamble. So, but here's the thing. I understand that everyone is front running the Fed. They've decided. The market is now decided. And by the way, this can change tomorrow when retail sales comes out. But the market has decided as of now that the Fed is not going to announce a taper next week. Okay? So that's what this is. Yen strength, dollar strength, that's what we're playing out. But if we get an amazing red hot retail sales, then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, no, maybe the Fed will. And we get this topsy-turvy world. So if I am buying yen and dollar in the next few days, I'm essentially day trading them, or I can just not trade and wait. So I don't know. It's a precarious world. Okay. So again, going back to this, I see that it's falling. I see that it pulled back enough. But if I was a classic bear day trader, okay, this kickoff for resistance here is attractive. This drop into resistances here is attractive. This roll reversal here off of this is classic sell. But for today, I would have put a limit order here and gone to bed. So it only came halfway back. Well, what does that have to do with me? I'm not on it, so who cares? Okay? The logic here is if I was a bear, I would want to sell it over here at 80.5 because my analysis tells me that's where it would be overbought and close to this roll reversal. So that's the shot I would take. Never happened, not interested. And there might be some profit taking here pretty quick. And that would be great for me because I want to believe this is support. So really, I certainly don't want to sell, but I'm going to really want to believe in this story. This is the narrative I want to see. So if I get some sort of glimpse of that, I'm going to grab hold of that like a pit bull, like a wild boar. Okay? Tiago says, yesterday in the day trading group, we did several analyses and only chose one to trade, the profitable one. Cool. Still not that great of a trade, but yeah. Right? Johnny had a great entry on it, so he's the one that's most likely to survive. So anyways, so everything is about the same for all the yens. I talked about this last night too, where being a bull, I normally would want to believe that this is support and this could be an entry. But what I told people is you never want to be in a situation where you're a bull here and you're a bull here and you're a bull here. And then you're a bull here, you're a bull here, and you're a bull here, and then you're a bull here, and you just give everything back, right? And you say, well, Wayne, I'm disciplined. No, you're not. You're stubborn and broke, okay, if you trade like that. So you have to have a kill switch. And by the way, this whole time, right, in the live groups, I was talking about the kill switch, the kill switch, the kill switch, the kill switch. I said the number one thing that's going to determine your success is not that you're right. That's easy. Of course you're right. You did analysis. What's going to make the hugest difference to your trading is knowing when you're wrong and hitting the kill switch. Okay? Cool. So this is a trade. This is not, this is not, this is not. And so what I was talking about last night was here we are down here. And this definitely could be support. And I want it to be support. I'm almost praying for it to be support. So do I trade it? No. Nope. And thank goodness for that. Now, I talked about maybe an Arctic turtle. This hits down to 151, pops, and then all the bears get out. Now all the bulls get in. Cool. Maybe I'll buy it here. And you're like, well, Wayne, that's the same price as this. Yes, but with significantly less risk. So one of the examples I gave to make this sort of an analogy is I said, imagine you're sitting around with a potential client and you want them to invest into your trading fund. And you say, you know what? I love buying lower lows in a falling market because I want to take your money and bet that that's the bottom. Does that sound like the sales pitch that you want to give? That ain't going to happen. So instead what you say is, man, I buy dips in an uptrend and I'm aggressive and I can predict these trends. And when I confirm them with technical analysis, I'm crazy. I buy dips like a madman. But as soon as there's a lower low, I'm out and I stop. I will never gamble your money, madam. That's not what I'm about. I'm patient. I'm disciplined. I'm smart as a tack. I'm a beautiful looking human being. But the best thing about me is my modesty. And I will never buy a lower low no matter what happens. No matter how good it looks, I will never buy a lower low. Ever, ever, ever. You can count on me to do that. Okay? And that's the pitch I gave. Okay? I never buy lower lows. Ever. Cool. Okay? So think about this. What if all you did was buy dips in an uptrend? As soon as you got a lower low, you stop. And you wait for the next higher high, and then you buy the next dip. What if you only did that? You can go weeks without a trade, but then you'll go weeks with lots of profitable trades. And at the end of the year, what? A, you have very consistent returns. B, people look at your trading and you're like, all you did all year was sell dollar and sell yen at times when they were weak. And then when they got strong, you stopped trading completely. And you're like, uh-huh. So at the end of the year, you have low volatility, consistent and understandable returns, and you're profitable. Yeah. Oh, good. I understand you. Here's my money. Okay? Cool. So anyways, lower low, not interested. Lower low, not interested. See you later. See you later. Hey, man, if you're going to bounce at this 151, great. I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay? It's the biggest lesson. Biggest lesson. Don't be so desperate to need to make money every single day. Do you have an investment thesis? That's much more important. Okay? All right. So here's the trade from yesterday. Yup. Cool, man. We still got these going. Sharona, right? So what do we got going on here? Okay, once you get the higher high, you're like, Wayne, it didn't touch it. Well, sorry, man. Okay, cool. Higher high. Okay, and now we're range bound. No higher highs. Okay. Yeah, Theta, that's cool. I mean, that's fine. I'm not here to say my way is better. I'm just suggesting if you're trying to find your way in the investment world and the trading world, and you're looking to improve your returns, I'm offering one way to do it. That you can say, well, you're getting inconsistent returns because the market is always inconsistent. For 2 weeks, the dollar's weak. Then for 3 weeks, the dollar's strong. And then it flips again, and then it's weak. And you're like, how to make rhyme or reason out of any of this? So I said, well, one way out of the inconsistency is to stop trading inconsistently in a market that's inconsistent. Because there's no way you can take random variables with random variables and get consistent results. But the one thing you can do is you can bring the consistency to the market and say, well, I'm only a bear, I only buy dips, or I only buy at support, I never buy lower lows, and you get this consistency. So now you only trade in market conditions favorable to you. Well, that actually sounds logical. You might actually produce consistent results. And I'm only offering one particular suggestion. But again, imagine that. You've decided to be a bear on US dollar, and you're trading euro dollar a lot or pound dollar a lot, and you're only waiting for those to be trending up on whatever time frame you're trading, and you're only buying higher lows. So, yeah. So what will happen is some months you'll have 3% return, some months you'll have 1% return, some months you'll have 0.5% return, and then another month you'll have 1%, and another one will have 2.25%. But the thing is, it's not you trying to decide what to do. You're basically representing a smart beta, is how I describe it, where you've decided you only buy bearish, you only sell dollar when dollar is weak. Okay? That's all you do. So now most of your job is to say, should I do it now? Should I do it now? Should I do it today? How about this week? How about this month? And then you look at seasonality, you look at all this kind of stuff, but you're like, should I do it now? Should I do it now? Should I do it now? So at the end of the year, you'll have consistent looking trade history, and you'll probably have better results than what many people are doing now, because they're adding random variable to random variable, and they're like, where's my yellow Lamborghini? Right, Thiago, that's good, right? Are you betting or are you buying value? Yeah. There's a difference, right? Cool. One of the workers is ringing my doorbell. Well, they're going to have to wait. Papa's busy. Let me check my doorbell. Oh, there's a text. Maybe that's them. Can you open the garage? In 20 minutes. Cool. 14 workers have to wait. Should have asked when I was available. All right. Cool. All right. So anyways, Johnny Rocket is on this one, and maybe he survives this pullback. We talked about the logical target being really 1850, and that it might be a reasonable just day trade to get in and get out and keep your pips while you can. And it hasn't even produced that. So a wicked awesome trade was maximum worth 25, 30 pips, which is anyways, right? Yeah, we haven't added those ones. You're right. But Alistair, one of the things I do like is we have smart everything in the house, and I walk around the house and lights come on and turn off, and we don't even touch switches. So there's switches on the wall, but then there's a cover over it so you can't accidentally touch the switch. So you just walk through the house, lights come on, so that's good. But no, we don't have the garage doors connected. But my wife will probably hook that up for sure. She's the smart one. They're like, do you have a smart home? No, I have a smart wife. Cool. So anyways, we're going nowhere fast. Johnny's cut the bottom of a range. We're kind of stuck in the top of the range. Can't even catch a day trade within London. Okay? Not Padre. Padron. Is it Padron? Padron. Sorry, Padron. Padron is a piece. I don't know why that was Italian. All right. So anyways, check this out. We actually talked about this, even though this is set for a bull. One of the things I talked about yesterday was this is the bear sell zone. Okay. So anyways, bulls did buy it here. Bears did sell it there. Look, the market hasn't figured it out. I don't want to play. I don't want to play with this game. Okay, So interesting. There's a potential for this to go down to the next level, maybe even all the way back down to 70. I don't really want to sell it. I understand the logic and the reasoning. I'm hanging on, right? I'm hanging on to the Fed meeting. I could day trade this down, but look, again, I could sell this and say, oh, I'm so smart, I know to sell it at 71.15. Sorry, 71.10. But what's my potential? Look where support is. Like, how much am I going to make? 25 pips? Not interested. Pass. I'd rather maintain discipline than maybe try to go for maximum 25 pips and then lose money doing something I didn't want to do in the first place. That feels desperate to me. I'm not desperate. Okay. Cool. And yeah, I guess that's it. Guess that's it. Thank goodness the dollar's trying to turn around, but I don't see anything to buy is my problem right now. That's where I started with on this other setup. This is slightly different time frame. These are all daily, so this is going out farther. But looking on hourly, right now I see the dollar is weak, I don't want to buy the pound. I don't want to buy the Aussie. I don't want to buy the euro. I don't want to buy the Kiwi. I don't want to buy the CAD. And I certainly don't want to buy the Swiss franc. And what the heck? Yen is already strong, so I guess I could just be buying yen. But I'm sorry, I just don't want to. Cool. There you go. That's it. We're done. Short webinar. What am I going to do? Okay. So track those bond yields. Think about what I was trying to share today. Oh, I lost my chart. I gave it away. Anyway, so bond yields are down. Dollars is up in the moment. We're caught on a lot of supports. Resistance doesn't even offer enough opportunity to take risk. I'm keeping my powder dry. I want to stay rich at least till tomorrow, right? I don't want to lose a bunch of money today. I'm trying to keep all this tradable asset around next week, and hopefully we get on to what we want to get on with, right? So I'm still worried about that. Also, retail sales tomorrow is huge, all that kind of stuff, right? So anyways, if you join my day trading group, we are meeting today at 3 p.m. for the New York close, which is an opportunity for European traders to front run the Asian session. But in this case, what we're actually going to do is just see if anything's changed. Is there a glimmer of hope to set things up? Okay. So I likened this yesterday to the calm before the storm. So we can get together at 3 p.m. and at least test the barometer to see if the storm's getting closer. Peace on earth, may the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Thank you to you. Thank you to Positive Energy. Thank you for everything that you do to contribute to this community. Thank you for the subscriptions and the thumbs up. And of course, thank you for Traders Way for being part of our community as well. See ya later. Bye-bye.